Hi, good morning. Welcome to this podcast. We are the hosts, Alan and Bianca, and we are going to talk about blind dates and how we can be safe in one. Let's introduce you to our guests, Eller Gallardo, Elena Gallegos, and Natalia Gonzalez. Before we start, I want you to tell me about your life. Have you ever been on a blind date? How was your experience?
No, I have never been on a blind date. I was actually thinking about trying one last year, but I decided against it. I would rather meet people through friends than go on one because I heard that they can be unpredictable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Meeting people through friends does feel safer sometimes.
Have you ever had a strange or very uncomfortable experience on a blind date?
I had a date with a guy and the date was terrible. He invited me to watch my favorite horror movie, but during all the movie he told me about his sex. When the date finished, he asked me for a second date, but a double date with his friend, so I canceled it. It was an uncomfortable experience for me.
That sounds uncomfortable. Talking about an ex on a first date is definitely not the best idea. Would you rather meet someone by an app or meet by a friend's recommendation?
I'd rather meet someone by a friend recommendation because it's more exciting, isn't it? If a friend introduces us, I can get to know the person in a natural way, and it feels safer since a friend already knows them. Plus, we could have some hilarious stories to tell later.
True, when a friend introduces you, it feels more natural and less risky.
Some friends told me that dating apps are good for blind dates. Have you ever looked into this type of app?
No, I haven't no logged into a dating app. My best friend told me that these apps can be dangerous, so I think it could be risky. By the time these apps became popular, I had already decided not to use them.
A lot of people avoid them for the same reason. Before meeting someone new, it's safer to tell a friend.
It is. I heard that someone went on a blind date and he didn't tell anybody, and when he met his date, he discovered that his date was a dangerous man. Luckily, he ran away from that place. So I recommend that you tell a friend if you are going on a blind date, just to be safe.
Exactly. Keeping someone informed can really make a difference if something goes wrong.
What safety rules do you think that people must follow on a blind date?
People should always tell their family where they're going, and they shouldn't worry because it's possible to stay safe if you follow certain rules. For example, a restaurant isn't safe enough if it's too empty. If I went on a blind date, I would choose a public place so I wouldn't get hurt, and I would keep my phone charged.
I agree. Public places and a charged phone make everything a lot safer. What advice would you give to someone who is going on their first blind date?
If I were them, I would choose a public place like a mall. You should keep an eye on your belongings. Also, I will have a friend call me after an hour for safety check. I suggest telling a friend your plan so they can check it.
Having a friend check on you is a simple but really helpful idea. Is meeting a stranger maybe risky on a blind date?
It could be if you aren't cautious. A friend told me to always bring something to protect myself in the case that I need it. We must be prepared for everything, don't we?
Yes, we must be prepared for everything.
So, do you think that blind dates are safer now than before?
Yes, I think they are fairly safer now. People have communicated enough to be able to take the necessary precautions. By the time they meet in person, they have already talked a lot online.
If you check the location first, do you feel safer?
I do. We should do that before going with a stranger. Don't you do that before going on a blind date?
Yes, I do. If you don't check it, you won't be sure you are in the correct place. Do you usually have someone know about your plans before a blind date?
Yes, I always tell someone. If I didn't, my friends would worry, wouldn't they? Before a blind date, I will text my family, and they're going to be waiting for updates. It's always better to be serious about safety.
Totally. It's better to have someone waiting for updates just in case.
Why do you think safely advice is sometimes ignored?
Because some people might feel embarrassed or think that they will miss out on a good experience. Otherwise, they're often getting used to hearing the same warnings.
Sometimes people just don't think that something bad could happen to them. To close this podcast, I want to know your options about what do you suggest doing to stay safe on a blind date?
I suggest being cautious about the kind of people you go out with. It is important that you share your location with some friend or one member of your family. Be careful. Don't forget to bring something to protect yourself and have fun.
With that answer, we finish the podcast. We learned the blind date can be a nice experience, but without the necessary safely rules, they could turn into something bad and dangerous. So be aware on your next date. Thank you for attention.